Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is Cass with a K, going to be bringing you another Bloodline Champions presentation today. We're going to be having the 3v3 US Weekly Tournament hosted by BLGaming.com. Joining me today is my buddy and friend Tazosaurus. How you doing?
Good. Looking forward to another crazy weekend full of BLC and blood spatter, that kind of thing. And we'll see, we changed up the tournament system a little bit. We're going to have U.S. Weekly, obviously, on Saturdays now. I don't know if that's going to switch up between U.S. and EU every other week, but now we have Kill the King on Sundays as well, so look forward to that tomorrow.
Definitely so. We changed Kill the King to Sunday just because most of the participants were European teams, so we decided, hey, let's give them another hour to play because they're the ones actually putting in the effort to play. And here we go. We're going to have Team Nami Nami upon popular request. We did put the team names at the top, and hopefully Rexus will keep me updated through the tournament. And at the bottom right here, you can see it's the first round, bracket F. If you want to follow us and the brackets, just go to the top of blgtv.net. That's where the original stream is. You can click on the brackets link. I know you're tired of me saying that, but it's there for any of you who are new. And we're going to get this game underway. They've already done bans and picks. So again, Nami Nami on the warm team and Slastus Jose on the cold team. I probably butchered that pronunciation.
To death.
But,
butchered to death. That's okay, though.
You'll have to live with it.
I mean, look how we're getting right into this, though. I mean, definitely not usually like this, but I mean, it's really nice that we're just getting, already a minute in and already we're starting a matchup, and Rex is on top of shit big time today.
Definitely so. Shout outs to Rexus for adminning the tournament, as well as Sophie1, owner of BL Gaming. But enough of that and back to this. Here we go. First match here in this whole tournament, and a good initiation start from Mulk right there. It's going to set the cold team a little bit out of position. Frost is getting on Need and Viz. Good space out right there. We're going to see the Ranid trying to apply pressure on the Alchemist. Seeker getting pulled into the Thorn, not able to do any kind of range harass. Here we go. Alchemist is being punished. 2v1. And it looks like the Seeker over there is just trying to get his way with the Gunner. We'll see how it goes. Playing around the pillar right here, and it looks like the Alchemist just able to get away from the Ranid. Good poison dart, but in the meantime, the Nomad went down to Mulk playing that Thorn, so great kill right there. And ultimate interrupted by a nice space from Mulk. And definitely, great round for him there, playing the female Thorn.
Yeah, that is one ugly Thorn. I just want to point that out. Definitely doing his job very well, though. Landing really clutch pulls in desperate times. He's landing his spacebar as well, which is another great disable. And Thorn all around, really decent damage as well as really good control on a melee tank, I guess you could say, with his R. But either way, Warm Team's going to take that one pretty easily, and it's going to go to round 2. We'll see if Cold Team can make something happen. But look at our Seeker, right? He's taking a ton of damage. Execute comes out, and one more M1 finishes him off. So he died within about 10 seconds right there. And that's just what happens when you get focused down like that. Everyone lands everything on you at once. There's just nothing you can do, and Thorn's going to finish off Nomad there. And it's just going to be Ranid all by himself. I mean, it seems like they didn't touch him at all. He's still at full life, but obviously there ain't no way in hell he's going to 1v3 against this really decent team.
Yeah, the Seeker, nobody did proc his illusion, so he couldn't get out of the fight right there. Got slept, blinded, and then everybody just focused him on the warm team. So a little bit out of position, was a little bit forward. I'd like to see him play a little bit more back so he doesn't get caught. And we'll just have to see how they improve this round. So far it is 2-0 in favor of Team Nami Nami. And we're going to have to see some kind of major change up here from the triple DPS on the cold team. They've really got to focus targets and not get caught like that. See, double blind right there, execute, and this Seeker is just not having a good time. Spell lock, and that is an easy KO right there. So we're going to just see the other two try and fight it out. It's very hard to kill a Thorn and an Alchemist with only 2 players not focusing on a target. And look at this, Warm Team's got all the angles covered. You got Need and Viz in case Frost decides to jump out, or the Nomad. And you got, Alchemist in there and Thorn in the middle just to catch everybody in between. So good positioning, good teamwork by the Warm Team. We've got to see some kind of healer, some kind of focus if they're going to play triple DPS again in the next round.
Yeah, for triple DPS, I don't think their setup is very ideal. They got a lot of really weak, somewhat high DPS, bloodlines, but if they're not focusing anything, all that DPS don't mean shit, especially, the Worm team able to put a lot of CC onto them. You got Sleep, you got Thorn is able to, put out the seeds. His R ability can put out more seed. And, he's got Pull. It's really not ideal setup for them at all. They don't have a good or decent range game with Seeker, I guess. But other than that, I did not notice the new patch notes that released either today or yesterday. So I don't know did they do any balance patches with that, Cass?
No, they just did bug fixes and errors. But next patch they will have a lot of things coming out. I've been talking to the developers, and they have a lot of things underway. But here we go. We're just still going to see that triple DPS on the Cold team right there. And no lineup change for the Worm team either. So we'll just have to see if this map, which is the Shrine of Aran Shan, we'll have to see if anything goes differently here. They've got more pillars to run around for the Ranid. Nomad can space out a little bit more, but Thorn is still going to be just as deadly and controlling just as much space. So we'll have to see how it goes. But nonetheless and nevertheless, we'll have to just go into this round. Mushroom's already come out to a nice blind setup right there. Good, immobilize. And Molk just running around with a nice barrier from Alchemist. And it looks like this Cold team is just melting again. Look at their positioning. They're not supporting each other. They're just running around and not really zoning. If you see the Seeker, he's right there, right by the Alchemist, standing right by the Thorn as well. They should probably be playing more of a zoning game. They have a Nomad, they have a Seeker, and Ranid can shoot darts until an opening happens. Or when Molk spaces in, then they can capitalize. But for now, they should just be trying to play a little bit of a range game, in my opinion. What do you think, Taz?
They need to try something else, because whatever they're doing, they ain't doing shit right now, to be quite frank. And it's really showing their TPS. I don't think I've seen their TPS over 4 yet against Nami Nami, so... it's not too surprising to me. Nami's a great team. I've seen the names before quite a bit in high level ladder, so they're by no means. I think they're on a little bit of a higher level than this Cold team, but either way, Blue team's got to make something happen. And Nomad's just getting manhandled right now. He's already about 25% HP, doing everything he can, to be honest. But there's not much he can really do. Thorn is such a great tank in terms of team utility. And it's just shown right now. Look at that EX dart miss from Ranid right there. Just little mistakes like that can add up big time. And either way, I guess they didn't really have a whole lot of a chance against a healer setup. I mean, they really have to be on with their triple DPS. There's a good reason why we don't see it more often in competitive play.
I mean, it is a very high variance build, as you are saying. It can work, and we have seen a couple US teams do it, but it's limited success, and we'll just have to see in the future how players develop. But here we go, we're going to be in the third round, and Stasis already at 50% HP, not getting out of the fight, and he drops within 15 seconds of the round start. A very quick drop, and it looks like this Seeker again just being outplayed by the Gunner. And Thorn ult on top of Goo, execute just in case anybody was going anywhere. So good game, good luck in the tournament. So that is it, and we are going to be finding our next game. Apparently it's going to be Sushi is So Lazy versus Love and Peace. So Sushi decided he didn't want to make an account on blgaming.com and sign up, and so he forced Arbors to do it, or BDRX there, and so he just made the name like that. I'm going to update this right now. It takes me a second to update the titles, but we'll get it done. Taz, you got to do some filler in the meantime, but
BD and Sushi back in the tournaments again. I have not seen BD active in quite a while, so we'll see how he does. I don't think it's any surprise to a lot of people right now. A lot of people in the BLG community, the regulars, I guess you could call it, have been playing a bunch of Rift this week. So I would say this Worm team is probably going to be a little out of practice. I know Sushi plays throughout the week, so that isn't the same. But I'm not so sure about this Cold team. Cass, you got any info on this Cold team?
No, I remember Laggy, and I think I might have played with him a couple games. But, as you can see here, grade 17, grade 16, grade 17, really, I think they're, qualified to play. And, grade-wise, it's pretty matched up. You got 49 to 51.
Matched.
Yeah, pretty much. 49 to 51%, not too much of a difference. As I'm going to check in on this tab here, they're going to be doing bans and picks. This is going to be the first round E bracket, so let me just update that right now. Hopefully I'll get better at this whole multitasking thing. Just one quick change. Ta-da! But yeah, guys. So you wanted this kind of feature right here. Is it pretty good? I can't do anything about the text. It's the way it resizes, and so it comes out a little bit jagged. Hopefully next patch they'll have it so you can align it in the middle, and it's supposed to be like scrolling and stuff like that. But for now, it's has limited options. But I'm trying to do the best I can with it, and to make sure you have the team names and that we all know what's going on.
Love and peace.
Team Love and Peace on the cold team.
Unbelievable. It's the 70s again.
Yeah, Taz, you're not that old, buddy.
Yeah. Nope. No.
Wait, let me think. No.
I was choking. I was like choking on. I don't even know. Nothing, but.
Alright, but Sushi is so lazy is number 4 seed on the warm team, while Love and Peace is number 13 seed. And to tell you the truth, Sushi and BDRX played with these guys a lot, and I talked to Tater Salad quite a bit now. He always messages me when I come online. Always good to hear a bunch of ideas that you guys have. And speaking of which, if you want to contact us, or if you're a new player to the game and just want some people to play with, or an experienced player and you just want some people to in-house with, or to get a game going, maybe find another partner, here's all of our contact info. We are on QuakeNet IRC, just pound BL Gaming and you'll join our channel. We have a Ventrilo server. It's open to everybody. And there's our IP and port number, so join us there. And any comments, questions, if you want to help out with the stream, maybe be a contributor or have any ideas for us, cast at blgaming.com. We are working on a video series, and I'll get to that later. But right now, they're doing the bans, or not the bans, but the picks for their Bloodlines right now. And hopefully we'll see something interesting. Sushi's going to be playing as Alchemist. He's been practicing that quite a lot recently.
Well, he's always been pretty well known for his Alchemist, though. BD's going back to Inhibitor. Now that's exciting to me because when I first started BLC, I do remember BD being one of the more feared Inhibitors in the game. So it'd be nice to see if he actually does pick up Inhibitor consistently again. Obviously, we play a lot of pub in-houses kind of deals, so we're just playing whatever the hell we kind of want at the time. But right now the setups are pretty similar, and actually Engineer finish. That's a little bit interesting to me. Usually Engineer is not seen in competitive play, but it would be nice to see a bit more versatility among lineups.
Well, the Engineer here is actually going to be pretty crucial because Engineer, to a small respect, can counter Nomad just a little bit. I mean, the range difference is a bit confusing, but if he can hit that EMP while the Nomad is sprinting, he has absolutely no outs, and he's slowed, very vulnerable to attack. Also, the Psycho Pump other side can be EMP'd if he hits it exactly spot on, and the Runic Shield from Borges over there playing the Inhibitor can be dispelled from the EMP. So nice pickup right there. Machine Gun does do a lot of damage, but we're just going to see a little bit of a zoning game right here. Cold Team is getting pushed in the corner, and nice Wuju trying to get onto that Nomad right there. Here it is, pressure coming in, Flamethrower after that oil. That's going to do some tick damage, and the Cold Team is forced to retreat. They're a little bit out of position, regaining themselves, trying to make a triangle formation. BDRX still going back in. Just doing the M1, M2 game right there. And it looks like Borges is getting annihilated by the Machine Gun Mania that went on from Tater Salad. Quick meter build right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Once you get a little initiation on him, and it's over. Psychopomp stuck in the coot, just going to give up. And, we do have the Nomad just getting taken out right there. Actually, Borges got killed first. I apologize. It was not the Nomad, but Borges got stuck in the corner, and Tater Salad finished him up.
Yeah, great play there by Engineer. I gotta say, that really caught me off guard how well the Engineer was able to freely, basically, do anything he wanted right there. He was doing a lot of spacing around Flamethrower every time to counter Wuju or the counters. He just did a great job throughout, and BD just staying consistent with his damage and causing havoc amongst the blue team, trying to keep him situated. So, again, we're going to go here with Warm Team up 1-0. Tater Salad might be getting caught a little bit here in the middle, but Laggy is running away from his healer. Psychopomp does a good job swapping into him and uses his Scream to silence. But Tater Salad dropping a below 50% HP, and Sushi could be in a bit of trouble here. I think he might have... he throws out the goo before he dies, so he's going to have that available to him. And here comes the Boomerang Storm, so they're going to see if they can capitalize. BDRX with the ult there, dropping the Inhibitor, and Nomad goes down shortly after, and Psychopomp is left all by himself, and he is just not going to do it. So, just style points right there. We got the
Tractor beam.
Tractor beam. Yeah, I love that stuff. I like when it's called laser, but whatever.
Yeah, no, the tractor beam. That's actually quite useful. And 408 damage from Tater Salad right there. Great job. And even though Sushi sort of misplaced his goo, it was able to catch, I believe, Borges on the outside of it, or Laggy. I forgot. It's hard to see from this angle when all this action is happening. But nice turnaround. BDRX was protecting Tater Salad last time, and it looks like they're trying to make a move right here. Let's see who can get in first. EMP on the Alchemist. Swap is down. BDRX trying to chase after Laggy, keeping Sushi protected. Very nice job by the tank to try and help the healer out. Borges and Laggy are trying to put on the pressure, but no. Sushi's going to try and get away, and here it is. Tater Salad with the flamethrower. Cannot Wuju that, and Borges is going to space away, try and come back by his allies. There we go, a little bit more dancing, and a great Wuju at the last second by BDRX just to get onto Borges. Inhib versus Inhib play, while Psychopump's at half HP. Slept right there. Sushi trying to run away, and machine guns come out, and Borges died, actually from the machine gun blasts. So good job right there for him to take him out. And it looks like Tater Salad just really laying on the tractor beam and actually pulling him out of BD's ultimate range. But that is going to be 3-0 for Sushi Is So Lazy. Definitely not slacking here on the Alchemist play, as he is 7.0 TPS, most healing, and quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, that was a great play there by Worm Team. Really, I don't think I've ever seen a composition. I don't think I've seen an engineer comp since, God, at least it has to be at least 2 months now that really ran an engineer comp consistently. So I'll be excited to see if they keep with it. And engineer just has a lot of versatility, but you have to worry if it gets capitalized on. But it's good because they really don't have a melee hero, and actually they're going to go with a double healer setup on this Colt side.
Tater Salad in response gets a Nomad that's going to push Astronomer away in case he tries to go in on Tater Salad. He has the X-Strike, he has the Wind Strike, which knocks him back. Also has the Point Blank Cyclone, if needed, as well as like a Sluggish, in case he just gets, in that kind of spacing range. So we'll just see how that goes. Nomad's definitely very good against melee pressure, just so fast, able to get out of there so quickly. Well, here we go. We're going to be in the first round here of the second map. BDRX falling into that stone. Capitalized on a little bit. Moonburst, and here we go. Laggy is onto Tater Salad. Gets 2 hits off. Nice trance right there, and it looks like the Cold Team's going to be applying a lot of pressure, forcing the Worm Team back into the corner. Soul Link goes off. Hits only 2 players. That's going to spread a lot of damage, 20%, to other players hit by the Soulbind. And the Worm Team's trying to regain focus. And here you go. Sushi's in the background. Nice sleep onto the Astronomer. Here we go, they're gaining a little bit of ground, forcing the Worm Team maybe up into the top position. Psychopomp is CC, they can get on Laggy right here. Or Borges, and no, he does not unleash his full ultimate. It is stopped halfway through, so it looks like he's down to 20% HP. Worm Team's putting on the pressure right now. Laggy's going to have to run back, and Borges out in the open, he can be capitalized on. Boomerang Storm goes out onto the Psychopomp, she's going to have to use the other side. Here we go, Laggy spacing in towards his teammates away from BDRX, but Tater Salad is feeling the heat, and with a nice X-Strike to Boomerang combo, he takes out the Psychopomp. So it's going to be a 3v2 situation. BD just staying back for a little bit of heals. He knows he doesn't want to be bursted down, and Borges gets taken out, and this is down and out for the Colt Team.
Yeah, wow. You talk about CC capability, man, BD was CC'd for about 80% of that fight. I mean, he was just hitting every single stone, every wind or tornado call he could, and they did really well, all things considered. It was basically BD out of the fight most there, and Nomad did a lot of work in that match, and they might have to think about controlling Nomad a little bit better somehow, especially since their DPS is going to be lacking because of the double healer setup. But even anything like a Psychopomp with a little bit more DPS could work too. But here, anyways, Psychopomp might be capitalizing on a little bit here with BD, but Laggy is going in pretty deep here by himself. And Wind comes out on the LA on that Psychopomp, and Laggy is going to try and space away, but the Boomerang Storm comes right on top of him, going to snare him, and BD gets stuck in the stones again. But that Psychopomp is one more hit, and he is going to go down there. Wow, Sushi throwing out a pretty late goo right there. It's going to be pretty useless. And wow. He actually tranced one of the M1s, but actually got slept about half a second afterwards. So he was down and out for that fight, and it's just not gonna be enough, really. Too little, too late, I guess you could say.
Oh, wow. Did you see that? That's probably got to be the worst way to die. The astronomer died from a disease right there. M1 from Alchemist just did 1 damage and killed him. That's sort of funny. But, yeah, no, I agree. It's like, they don't put out enough damage. They're not coordinated. It's like they have to wait for astronomer to go in, and Ally over there needs to get that good swap off, and here it is. No, he doesn't go on the inhibitor. Instead, he tries to go in on the Nomad. Just going to push him away, like I was talking about right there. And now he can't apply pressure. He could have put it on BD. But, now they're forced back into the corner, and, we'll see where they go from there. Good trance, and look at this. Very good place for a Tater Salad just to lay on tons of harass. Whole team's trying to make their way out of the corner, but Laggy stuck in the middle of nowhere. I don't think he M1'd anybody close by. That's a huge debuff. The slow on attack speed and the slow in movement speed can really help you out in some situations. Even if you want to just run away, just get that M1 off and then try and get out of there afterwards. It'll be a lot easier. So
yeah, definitely good play here from this lazy sushi team. Jeez, that's gonna kill me, I swear.
Yep. Well, that is.
They're showing some. I was speaking while you were setting up the text. I was talking about how BD and sushi may be a little bit out of practice, so it doesn't show right there. They're doing a good job, and man, Tater Salad, he's just he's showing that he doesn't even need to play the same Bloodline to just absolutely dominate. So great play by him. I haven't really seen a whole lot of Tater Salad, but I'm definitely impressed thus far.
Yeah, I've played a couple customs with him, and I think I've seen him in the solo matchmaking ladder. Not a bad guy at all. And in fact, here it is. Tater Salad right here. He messaged me early as soon as I logged on. So, yep, it is not Kill the King. Again, guys, we moved that to Sunday just so that the European community, since they were the ones that were participating the most, have an extra hour to play, and so that the tournament doesn't drag on as long into the night for them. Next game, we're going to have Bread and Cheese versus You Go Girl. That is the team name, not me shouting out to all the ladies that are watching, or probably not watching because, well, hey, there's not a lot of gamer chicks in this game. But, alright, enough of that, as I'm going to update the text, and Taz is going to say something.
Well, I can't. They need to invite us to a game, or else what's there to say? I mean, I need something to analyze. There we go. Alright, so we got, what was this, Bread and Cheese? I noticed this team. I don't know who they're against. Op4. I've seen him a lot in recent tournament, or past tournaments, rather. I don't remember his team.
It's actually Appa. It's actually Appa.
Well, it's Op4 now. If you wanted Appa, you should have did OPPA. Wouldn't that make sense?
Yeah, but this is, everybody has their elite
What's
speak.
This elite speak bullshit?
Yeah,
what the hell?
So, but You Go Girl on the cold team here. Sporting one of the, I think that's the Alchemist GB avatar?
What's a queen?
No, that's the Gunner GB avatar. But host
what
his
the
left
heck?
server. I think
fail.
They might have hosted on EU. I'm not exactly sure. But we'll
I thought they were both
right
EU,
back.
weren't they?
I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to get invited back. But if you did notice that Kay, he's actually a developer for the game working at Stunlock Studios, working pretty hard to code in a lot of these bugs and changes, but it's good to see the developers actually playing the game. I think he's the only one left that really plays somewhat competitively. He did actually start all of the tournaments for Bloodline Champions back in closed beta, way back, like 8 months ago or something like that, when the game was just really small, maybe about 60 players. He had, BLC, EU, tournaments 3v3. He was the coordinator for all of that, did a lot of work, and he just got developer status. Stunlock contacted him, said, hey, we know you can code, and you're in with the community and trying hard, so why not? Join us.
He's a tryhard.
Well, if anything, if it really goes wrong, Kay, he's in the IRC channel, and he listens to all the bug reports and really cares about the community and things like that. So shout outs to Kay for being a true pro at this game and being a good guy.
For being an upstanding gentleman.
Upstanding, fine young gentleman, of course.
Chip Cheerio or whatever, stuff like that. Either way, we're gonna have bread and cheese, not just bread. What's Gold Team called again? I forgot.
You go, girl.
You go, girl. What the heck? I will mention, though, these chibi avatars, they awesome. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I mean, that's like the funniest thing ever. That's like, I don't know.
Makes
to me,
your day, Taz?
It is. It's so funny. Like, it's just like a joke. It's like a picture of a joke about like each bloodline, and I like the humor. I think it's real clean, and I think it's just funny as hell.
Gives it a little bit of character to the game, yeah.
Yeah, and it kind of needs it too, because there's not a whole lot of a lot of I don't know what would you call it,
shenanigans.
Yeah, there's not a lot of joke content. It's been marketed more in a serious way. Obviously, they're trying to get esports to recognize it, and I think it's a good play. However, sometimes you want to play to actually screw around a little bit, maybe troll, what have you. Everyone's a little bit different, so the chibi adds a little bit of variety to the hack and slash. You know what I mean?
No, I definitely agree. And, it's funny because a lot of competitive games out there do have sort of funny things attached to them. You look at StarCraft, you can click on the little animals and they'll just like explode or whatever after a certain amount of clicks. Here's a New Earth, they got the taunts, the smackdowns, and things like that. But, more of that stuff is coming. The developers are aware that everybody wants more features and they're working hard at it. But it's a small studio out of Sweden, just started after college, and, they're working their best to try and get this game up and running and professionally done. But here we go. We're going to have these two teams facing off. K not playing his usual Alchemist. He's going to go to the Ravener, Noerty on the Inhibitor, and Pjokst. Haven't seen that guy in a little while. He's going to be playing on that Psychopomp.
There's one evil-looking Ravener. Jeez Christ.
And on the Gold team here, we got the Guardian, Astro, and Inhibitor. So 2 tanks and a healer. Might want to mention as well, in 2s, Guardian Astro is quite a deadly comp. Get Guardian to space in as well as Astronomer. Got the cleave, got the M1 damage, they're CC'd, and they just go down real quick. But, Taz, take away this first round. I've been hogging the first rounds lately.
Oh, no problem, man. I'm interested to see how Tunnel Master Rav does. Actually, he's going to be jumping on Astro, but Astro did a nice trance away from the knockback. But Op4, you got to watch that Guardian. He is very easy to tunnel on, and he can't do a whole lot about it. But K is in a lot of trouble here, already below 50% HP. And, Gold Team's HP is doing really good right now. Astro's using his space very well, but here comes a stone right on the K, and K might be getting capitalized on. But Wisteria already with an ulti, dropping a couple hits on Noerty, not enough to finish him off. Nice swap there by Pjokst. And a lot's going to happen right here. Space in on Astro. They're getting low here, and Pjokst has his ulti up, trying to survive, but both healers going down right there. And K is in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to play a really ranged game, and I just don't think he has enough to maintain against a Guardian, especially since he has his own self-heal, and that's going to be how that ends. So Gold Team is going to take it here, 1-zip.
Yep, that's all she's saying, folks, right there. It looks like the Guardian and the Inhibitor, female Inhibitor, coming out on top. 14.1 TPS, 2 ultimates for Wisteria right there, getting a lot of M1 and M2 damage. Actually, Waji, which is the spacebar, 70 damage. That was his second highest ability, so using that 7 times, or I guess less if you hit multiple opponents, does 10 damage per hit as you space through them. So we'll just have to see how things come on in this next round. Nice space in there by Wisteria on the Wuju. And it looks like Appa just gonna leave K alone, try and damage some other targets as he's getting swapped around. Here we go, Gold Team trying to position around K, trying to do a bit of damage on the Ravener, but he's gonna walk back. He's down at about 40% HP, trying to heal him up as much as possible. And nice swap out of the stone by Pjokst right there. Here we go, Noerty unleashing his ultimate and gets Appa. Wisteria with the counter ultimate, but not hitting anyone. Appa could be going down very soon, but he gets his ultimate, gets out of there, and at the same time, K with an ultimate right there. Can he Goomba Stomp before everybody's dead? And there it is. He's going to hit Aethrex right there. It's a 2v3 situation, as the Guardian did go down a couple seconds ago, and the Worm Team's wrapping everything up. Just a little bit out of position there by the Guardian. Got a lot of pressure while trying to focus on K, and as a result, he got taken down.
Yeah, I think I think definitely the decision to kill K first is the right one. You look at your options. You got Pomp and Inhib. Inhib, kind of a pain in the ass to take down. He's got the shields. He's got the space. He's got the counterattack. So at the same time, though, Ravener can be very slippery. He's got that long range space bar. He's got spin to reflect. So already K getting rid of Inhibitor, taking him out of the fight a little bit. So, every second counts in this game, and you never know if that's going to come down and mean something. So it's always something to think about. And K already getting another side and a shield. Maybe they could time those defensive cooldowns a little bit better, but they just doubled up, and not going to matter, as he's going to be easy peasy. So Nordy's going a little bit aggressive here, going on the other side against their team here. And K is doing the same. He is being really aggressive. Stone comes out, hits nothing right there from the Astro. And K is really trying to tunnel, but not getting an opening. And Nordy, here comes the ulti, and he is going to counter against Wisteria's ulti. So these Inhibitors really getting a lot of M1s and M2s off, landing their ultis, and really being huge for their team. Here comes a Goomba Stomp on the Astro. He could be going down. He does go down. So we have a 2v3 situation, and they're trying to get they're getting a counter kill on Piox right there, and it's just not enough. So Worm Team is going to take this one, and that could have been anyone's game, and it just came down to 2-3 seconds in advance, and well-timed ulti there from Ravener.
Definitely so. He was waiting for that Astronomer 2 space, knowing that was the opportunity to get him, because if you see Ravener start jumping in the air, obviously you're going to try and space away so that he misses, and it's very hard to predict where somebody spaces usually. And so he waited for that, and then the rest of the team coordinated, Noerty putting the barrier on, getting some stuns off, and forcing the Cold team into the corner right down here, as we saw. Definitely a great position for PLX to get that Soul Link off as well, just spreading that damage around and doing a lot of work. K going to decide to retreat after not seeing a good opening right here. Swap tried to go out, punts him out. Nice cleave, just going to get out of there. Appa not looking for too much of a bad initiation. So looks like they're not going to break the barrier. Other side is used on Noerty. K is in deep. And Wisteria could be punished right here as he is away from his healer. But it looks like K actually overextended. He's going to have to EX leap out of there. And he is just in a lot of hurt. Aethrax and Guardian, like I was saying, just do so much burst damage. And that is a 3v2 situation. K got stuck in the corner. And, they took him down so quickly. Let's see if Piox can do anything with his ultimate right here. Not exactly sure. Noerty goes down. And, yep, that is it. So, a little overextension. And you will be punished in this game, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, definitely. K maybe went a little bit too deep right there. He did a good job using EX space to get out, but it just was too late. And Guardian chasing him down like a dog and basically cleaving him to death. So you got to kind of be a little bit weary. The Inhibitor battle, too, is kind of funny to see because they're just M1, M2ing all over the place. And, they build meters so quickly when they land them all. And it's funny how it comes down to who can burst with their ultimate faster. And let's just look at the Inhibitors right now. They're just going back and forth with their M1 fights. But finally, Nordy's going to make a move, and I think he Waji'd in. So Wisteria's going to have to be on a little bit of the counter now. And Nordy's just looks like they're concentrating on the blue side Inhibitor, but the heals are going to come out, and it's going to be back to somewhat even at this point. But Wisteria taking a lot of damage all of a sudden. And he's getting healed up right away. That Guardian heal is so useful. And Wisteria might have just got reflected right in his face from that ulti. So nice job by K using the reflect. And Wisteria, though, still low. Oh, wow. The Guardian dropped first. I did not expect that. And he must have died really quickly. So he got capitalized on. Might have been too deep and far away from the Astro. And, not much they can do now with being a 2v3 situation. No one's really low on HP. They're trying to make something happen. Just not going to be enough. I can't believe they're still alive. There we go. So Astro finally goes down. And wow, that was a lot of tankage from Astro Inhibitor at the end there.
Yeah, definitely so. And great play by K to really reflect all of Wisteria's ultimate. Maybe one shot got off, but as you can see right there, other than Runic Discharge, it did 231 damage. But that is actually his Q ability. 260 only from Rune Infusion total. If we go back to round 5, we'll see. Let's see. It got reflected. Yep, only did about one hit right there, so sorry for delaying the game. These guys are ready to go as I'm checking the stats. But, as Guardian and Astro, as I was talking about before, if you see that one play against K when he overextended, they just need to combine that force again. Maybe do a little 2v1 action and let the Inhibitor just run wild and see if he can get enough pressure and survive while they try and tunnel somebody real quick. Then the Inhibitor can go back and help out. But it looks like we could be seeing a change in the lineup as Aethix over here is going to go with the Psycho Pump this time. And, we'll see where that goes, feeling that maybe need another other side or something like that, because the Worm team is really doing a good job with the focus, or when K uses his Goomba Stomp, as we call it. I forgot exactly what it's called, but that's, from closed beta. What's
Earth Shake or
that's
something?
His name. Yeah, Earth Shake. But actually, a Gunner as well, going to be trying to play in a little bit more of the range game. And pretty good pickup on both sides, not going to lie. Or by both players, I should say. And nothing changes on the Worm team. So
hard to say. It's hard to say what they're going to do until they actually do. The lineups are pretty fresh still since release, and especially since the 4 new heroes have been released. And we haven't seen a whole lot of variety since then. But now this tournament seems like we're starting to see a lot of different lineups from everybody, and it's nice and fresh to see people trying new things out, especially in a tournament setting. But either way, I guess Guardian was going to try and initiate something there. He was going to throw his axe out, but didn't get anything out of it. And K might be in a little bit of trouble. But double swap there from both Psychopomps. A little bit of a side swap there. And Cold Team goes left, Worm Team goes right. And K, again, might be tunneling a bit too far in, but Piox is going to do a nice swap and put him in range of getting heals. And he already has his Guardian Spirit, so look for someone to get blown up. But, nice lockdown there on Piox with his ulti. And, Guardian's going to get capitalized on as a result, and he's just so weak when he doesn't have defensive cooldowns available to him. And that's just the way it is. But there's another Goomba Stomp from K to finish off the Psycho Pomp. And Gunner's all by himself. And against Ravener, I would say Gunner is probably not a great pick.
Yeah, I mean, what he's got to do is Appa. It says Op4 right there, but I actually talked to him, and he said he likes to be called Appa. Apparently he got it, that nickname when he was a kid. Not exactly sure where he's from, but he needs to protect Guardian a little bit more. Or not Guardian, Gunner a little bit more. I apologize for the misspeak. And you see, right here, he can do Cleave on Ravener, and look at that. He's already almost down to 60% HP. He had to be other-sided. But as long as Appa's on him, look at this, 50% HP. He's going to Cleave right here. Maybe an Execute. Oh, it gets reflected. Nice job by K. To use that reflect, and the Goomba Stomp right there, a bit of a misplay, and we just saw him go down. But things were looking good for the Worm team. K was getting a little bit low because of that support, but nevertheless, a reflect did Execute, just gonna rock your face.
That first Execute was actually reflected into him, even though Ravener was behind him. The range on that reflect is long enough so that even if he's behind and hugging the Gunner, it'll still reflect into him. That's why he took that 64 burst instantly and dropped to below half.
88 Execute damage from K.
All on him, yeah. All on base. It was the only 2 executes he got off, and he almost just hit himself again. So Wisteria's really got to be more cautious about this execute whenever K's around. And, K definitely knows that. He's just stalking this Gunner right now and actually reflects a lockdown, hits both Appa and Wisteria right there. But K could be tunneling a little bit too far here, and he might be putting himself a little bit of trouble, but he is going to get healed up a little bit now. And nice reflect there on that axe. But look at Nuerti on that inhibitor. Might be taking a little bit of pressure. Wisteria still getting chased around, and K is going to finish off with the knockback. And that deep wound almost was enough. EX spaced away from K. And as long as he can reset the HPs, they're not going to get a counter kill here. And I think that's how it's going to end. And this could be an easy 3-0 for Worm Team, and that's how it's going to end.
Yep.
So, like I said, that Gunner, not the move.
But, that was good team support right there. They almost had K, great reflex again. Let's just take a look at his damage. Look, 1 of 3 executes, so he reflected at least 3 executes. Most of his damage were from his own abilities, but reflecting focus shots, reflecting disabling shots, and also an Axe of Zex. Really on par with that, just tunneling the right person, the Gunner. Because if he tries to go against Guardian, Guardian's a tank, and also Guardian has that chain heal, where it heals 30% of the damage taken plus 10, or plus 12. I forgot the exact numbers. So, the only target he really has is the Gunner. He got on him, did the reflex when he needed to, did that burst back onto the Gunner who was trying to, execute and get that kind of crucial damage off onto the Ravener. And, everything went into place for the Worm team. So, Bread and Cheese takes it 2 maps to 0, and You Go Girl is going to be knocked down into the loser's bracket. If you go to the top of blgtv.net, you can click the brackets link, open that up in a new tab, and follow us along here. I'm trying to update at the bottom of the screen here. You see it says second round, bracket M. That was the match in the bracket if you wanted to follow us along. But we're going to be seeing in Soviet Russia, so all you Rex fanboys and Jackasm fanboys will be getting a special treat right now.
And there's a lot of you, I might add.
Yes, well, I mean, they are very good players, so, I don't blame them. Jackasm has been live streaming lately, so if you want to check that out, join the IRC, BLC Scrim, and, BL Gaming. He does post his when he's live streaming right there, and you can check him out and follow him along in his journeys as he's playing with his buddies in Soviet Russia or with 2GD. And 2GD definitely gives a lot of hilarious commentary while playing, and it's nice to see the dynamic between 2GD and Jackasm. Both of their styles are very different. Jackasm very cut and dry, while his 2GD is pretty laughable and free form. But it's always nice to see them working together, and they've actually gotten pretty high in the ladder, not gonna lie. So 2GD, another developer, he's actually the esports manager for Stunlock Studios, has a bunch of stuff coming. Can't really say what's going on, but expect an announcement pretty soon.
Invite Cass, and invite before you mess up, man.
Alright, I'm gonna get you in here, Taz. I actually need to update the text at the top right here. So, what can you tell us about in Soviet Russia? We already know a lot, but do you know anything about Diamond or Bust?
Diamond or Bust? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, that's their team name.
Oh, why? Oh, because they got one Hyunzoon or whatever F is. Who is that again? Isn't that like Poofin or something?
I don't know.
Actually, no, it was.
No, it's not Puffin. It's not Puffin. He's actually come into our Ventrilo before.
Oh, okay. I can't remember who this Smurf is. It's either Puffin or it's Crew. It's one of the two, because I've seen him with Iverson before. So it's very possible it could be. I don't know, man.
Or there's somebody similar to him, but we're gonna get back to the game here. Why don't you
one
take
is
the first
Crew.
round?
Oh, what's up? What's up now? That's what I thought. All right. Either way,
all right, you're right. You're right.
Good all-star, another all-star European player. So with Chip and Jack, not much you can really say. It's quite a powerful team. No Rex though, so man, Stream Monster's gonna be really upset about that. What the?
What? All right, got everything updated. Wow, Bloodgate shout out right there. So,
Master of the Spear is on stream now. That's funny.
Yep.
2GD killing me. All right. Either way, we're gonna have stuff going on right here, and Harbinger already opening Shadow Bolt right to Gunner, and he's gonna space away. And people are trolling me right now. I can't tell who it is, but whatever. And Harbinger going in there a little bit too deep, and he is going to have to do neither shift as a result, as he was about to get executed point blank in the face. And here comes Jackasm with the aggression, but he is going to miss his country right there. But he does fleet foot and keeps good spacing, and he is going to throw out the harpoon. EX harpoon does miss, but look in the middle here. Alchemist got the energy rune, and we could see a goo coming out here really soon.
Ooh, great
man,
combo.
Harbinger just got annihilated right there by Jack and Juan. And he is just going to drop, and here comes a harpoon. Going to finish that one off. So, Cold Team, as expected, rampaging mercilessly.
And Soviet Russia never fails to either put up a really, really good fight or dominate their opponents. Got a little bit of lag issues here. Not sure if they're all playing on US servers. 1,200 MS. Something is going on there. Looks like he's stabilized a little bit.
Okay, so it's definitely Puffin. Okay, we got that.
All right. Well, we'll just have to see. Cold Team definitely taking the middle spacing right here. Not afraid to just kunge you in. And wise choice right there to get back out. He knew that trance was going to happen. A lot of astronomers do that when they see a Spearmaster. They fear the Whirling Blade. But great shot with the mortar over the wall. Shooting through this little gap right here. Very good professional move. And an execute setup after a sleep. Chip Saiyan hitting everything in the back. They've got him in the corner. No pressure is on Chip Saiyan, and it looks like this Harbinger could go down. One more shot and a good Tempest EX spacebar by Jackasm. Gonna take him down, and within 30 seconds, this whole Warm team melted. So it looks like Diamond or Bust is really busting. They're not going to the Diamond Leagues yet.
Yeah, Diamond Bust, that's for sure. It's hard to say what you can really do against a team this talented. When you look back in the history of BLC, these teams all come out, and even if you saw Puffin on there, it'd be a lot easier because everyone knows Puffin. He's like a huge form troll. He's a great player. Not enough can be said about these three guys combined. So it's expected. It's a really difficult fight for everybody. So They're doing what they can, and they just got melted last round. But either way, already Binary getting dropped there. Again, execute while he's invisible, too. That is just great play from Puffin. And Gunner already down, and Harbinger is shortly after. Wow, Harpoon, right as he spaced into Jackass. And that was pretty... I don't know if that was planned or what, but geez, they couldn't go anywhere. Even when they spaced, they were pretty much capitalized on the second they landed. So, what can you say? What can you really do against such talent?
They're sort of falling back a little bit, and as you can see, the Harbinger really didn't do much damage. 82 Shadow Slash and only a little, like 76 Shadow Bolt damage. So he really wasn't hitting his abilities. He wasn't hitting Plague. He was, proccing the Kunju from Jackhasm, allowing him to get in there, and that really caused a lot of turmoil for the Worm team. If he's not pulling his weight too much, then of course you're going to have problems. I'd like to see him try and get more on Chip Saiyan, actually, because when an Alchemist throws out a heal, he's standing there for a good amount of time, and, you get Deadly Injection on you, you can Nether Shift. If you try and, Alchemist tries to sleep you and get away, you can just space back onto him. So you have a lot of options as a Harbinger against an Alchemist. Granted, it's still a hard matchup, because Alchemists can be very, tricky and sneaky, but you can almost assuredly get that hemorrhage off and at least stall them, allowing Jackhasm to take some pressure from the Gunner or from the Astronomer if they proc their trances right. But just the great control from in Soviet Russia, not proccing a lot of the Astronomer trances, and really Puffin playing the Gunner. As you see most people, and we saw in the game before this, the other Gunner, when he went invis, he almost always used Execute. Now, if you watched Yunchun Z, or whatever, we'll just call him Puffin, he was using M1, Focus Shot, and he was using Disabling Shot while invis. So he was actually getting more damage off that way, and not proccing as many trances, and just really doing a better job with the zoning and spacing, forcing the other team to run around while they don't know exactly where he is.
They didn't finish, by the way. I guess they screwed up and left instead of staying.
Yeah.
So it's supposed to be 1-0 in Cold Team's favor.
Yeah. Alright, you're in there?
Yeah. I actually got invited. How the hell did that happen? I have no idea.
I have no idea, but
I got invited before you. I gotta put this on the calendar.
Yep, I'm ready to go. Just telling them go, go, go. And we're going to
all
get this
good.
next one
All ready to
underway.
go.
It's going to be
I have not seen that icon, too. Bloodguard. That is pretty stylish there.
Yeah, grade 22. Actually, in Soviet Russia is the only one with that title. They work so hard to get it. In fact, I think they only win just like 2 or 3 points whenever they win a game. And then if they lose, it's like minus 37. So, they really have to play at that high level.
Yeah, they have to get like 20 wins in a row to make up for one loss. It's kind of rough, but with these guys, it's not unheard of, and that's probably why they're top of the threes. I would imagine. I can't imagine who would be above them. Yeah, so they are on top, and no surprise. And obviously, Puffin doesn't play with them all the time. I'm sure he pubs with them a decent amount, but he's obviously not with them on their threes team. And he's actually going to be playing in Rex's spot right here with the Igniter, so this should be pretty reminiscent here of ISR.
Yep, definitely so. Traditional in Soviet Russia composition. For all of you new that are joining us, in Soviet Russia, definitely a number 1 seed. Usually instead of Yuanchi Xianzun, butchered that pronunciation, but they usually have Rex playing an Igniter. Chip Saiyan always playing as Alchemist, and Jackhasm playing as Spearmaster. Haven't been defeated for weeks now in these tournaments. And here we go, let's see what Binary's got. Gonna cancel the Execute, wise choice, but the Harpoon's gonna get in on him, and Jackhasm's not gonna have a target to get onto. Throwing out a shuriken, and here's the style of Jackhasm. He doesn't just run in there like wildly. He picks his chances to go in, waits until the other team is a little bit out of position, and really just goes for it. Nice Kunju proc right there, but that's what I'm talking about. Harbinger using those Shadow Bolts and actually allowing Jackhasm to get in. That's not good. Looks like they're going to be putting a lot of pressure, and Harbinger goes down, and I thought they were going to try and take out the Astronomer, but Harbinger was so low already, they decided to get him. Gunner overextended, and Jackhasm moving targets, not just tunneling, and that's their kind of success. You know, they swap fast, they focus, and if they notice they retreat, they go on to somebody else immediately. You know, you see a lot of people just try and tunnel in this game, and that doesn't always work. You know, depending on who's getting pressured and what the, you know, map advantage and the positioning advantage is going to, they switch targets.
Yeah, I gotta say though, Puffin played quite a great inhibitor that round.
Ignite.
Really, yeah, that's what I meant. And he's making Soviet Russia look pretty good right there, and you know, playing it probably exactly the way Jackasm likes it to be played. You know, supporting him a lot, and wow, Jackasm and Puffin just melted that freaking Harbinger right there. And oh wow, Stone Jackasm, just as he was about to get the M1 off to kill him, he got stoned. So it's going to let him survive for another 3 seconds. So that's about the way that's going to end. And you know, another dominant round there from ISR Pubish thing.
Oh,
I forgot what's their team name? I gotta look at the frickin' brackets or something. I need a bracket window.
Diamond or bust on the warm team, and in Soviet Russia on the cold team. Now that we have that. What? In Soviet Russia on the cold team. Yeah.
It's just an incarnation of ISR.
Alright, anyways. But look at this. Harbinger's just being slowed right there. He really can't get in. He's not... Okay, there he is. Hit a Shadow Bolt, but he only had 0.3 TPS last time. And it looks like Jackasm's going to be trying to go 2v1 spaces and Fleetfoot's out of that stone right there. And it looks like Nova is just trying to do what he can, but look at that triple barrel from Yanshun, and he is going to go down. So Harbinger really having a hard time getting in, doing anything. Usually people complain because he's OP, but you know, as you can see here, you just slow him, and he's not as much of a threat as you think. Look at this control.
Oh
you know,
man,
Volcano support.
Predictions.
Yeah. Volcano support, you know, Deadly Injection slow, Shuriken slow. Harbinger's not able to do anything. He only got off a couple Shadow Bolts. As you can see right here, only 115 Shadow Slash damage. Usually they do like 70% Shadow Slash damage, especially when they get their ultimate, but really not too much coming out from this warm team, and Harbinger really having a hard time. Yeah, and I keep saying that way too much.
What? Nonetheless?
Well, nonetheless, and Harbinger just not doing anything. I realize there's more to talk about. But, you know...
Well, it's very... The thing is, it's 100% true. And it's one thing I was mentioning earlier, too, just the high skill level of Jackasm and Puffin. They were basically, every single time they were trying to be aggressive and running away, they would basically capitalize them the second they landed from a spacebar, a teleport from Harbinger, for instance, a teleport from the gunner. Just the second they landed, they were on top of again. So, you know, they really had no chance to run away ever. And they just did a great job of really controlling the entire map, not just their side, but actually the entire map. And that's what Jackasm allows really well, is to really, he plays so aggressive, but at the same time he plays very cautious. He's very, I don't know, Zen-like in his ninja ways.
Zen-like? I don't know, Zen-like. He does actually put on a very calm reserve when he does his live stream. So he's really focused, and he has great Twitch reactions. And he's played Spearmaster for probably 8 months plus. I think it's actually almost been a year since he was invited. I'll have to check on the forums when his enter date was. But, you know, he has that timing perfect on the Harpoon. And that's the thing. He's a very high variance character. You know, he does excellent if you can hit the Harpoon in the Shuriken. I mean, and you can say that, oh yeah, well if you hit everything with all your characters, you'll be really good. But Spearmaster is more so, because he doesn't have a space to really get in there fully. That's more of an out, because you don't travel the farthest distance and people can see you coming. And, you know, he doesn't have the greatest ultimate in the world, although it is very good. You know, you see Jackasm use EX Harpoon, which is the Javelin, and then EX Fleetfoot, his spacebar, which is called Tempest, which has, you know, does damage, blocks cooldowns, making the other team a little bit more...
Yeah, locks everything.
Yeah,
it's so good.
If you lock the global cooldown, it's actually really funny, and they can't do anything, and it's just like, ridiculous. But the thing is Spearmaster is able to control a lot of space by jumping around on lots of targets, assuming he can hit those abilities, and especially a Kunju. That's a great way to get in, and he does it almost flawlessly all the time. So his variance is very low with a high variance character, and that's what makes him so good, and that's why, we might overpraise him a little bit too much. Because I know when I play Spearmaster, it's just like, oh, missed a harpoon, now I'm just sitting in the middle of nowhere, I have to run into the fight, and, I'm not doing anything. But, enough of that, back to this. We're going to have Bread and Cheese on the Warm team, and Num Num Eat 'em Up on the Cold team. And we see a Seeker, one of the 4 new Bloodlines from when it was in closed beta, transitioning into open beta.
I think everyone is pretty on the agreement that Seeker is one of the more powerful Bloodlines that's come out on the release pack, or Bloodlust pack, I guess you could say. He has the potential to be quite ridiculous if played standardly well. But I guess it could be said about anything. His skill set allows him to. It makes it a little easier to line up the stars and make big numbers happen. So I think that's where the issue could lie, supposedly. But either way, we're gonna have Kay playing Ravener, and you definitely got to take that into account when playing a bow's gun class, whatever you want to call it, ranged, and he could prove to be quite a problem for this Seeker.
Possibly so. Ravener can spin that fire arrow sort of like an execute, and there you go, just spinning that M1 right there. And getting the cleave off is Berserk Force, so great job. We've seen a lot of Guardians in these past couple rounds here in this tournament. Good to see some new Bloodline play. Good cleave right there, double cleave, and he's going to just get punted back out of the fight. No RT going in, and Axe of Sex getting reflected between the Chronoflexes, and there's a fight for the middle. Rune's going to pop in about 6 more seconds. And we'll see who takes it. Berserk Force down to 10% HP. He could be going down real quick. And Norty spaces through and gets the kill. Iosu not able to, knock him back in time. Jolly Rancher did not have a Chronoflex. And it looks like Norty just absolutely doing a ton of work. And, getting the ultimate kill on the Herald. So good focus, good coordination. And, Ravener does well on this map because of the pillars. Ravener's a very, heavy melee hero, and you just focus him around. I think it's the fastest melee hero, in fact, so you can just chase people around the corners against a Herald and against a slow Guardian. It really does a lot of work.
Yeah,
and a lot of damage.
Definitely been underplayed these, I would say the last month. You really haven't seen a whole lot from him. Very rarely. Mushin played him a little bit, nothing concrete, but he's definitely maybe a little bit underrated at the moment. I guess everyone considers him a tunnel master, but either way, we can get back into this. Berserk Force initiating there on Noerti, but Noerti's just going to space away, and he will be fine. Berserk Force doing a lot of M1s on the K here in the back, and they are really trying to work on that Ravener, make sure he doesn't, maybe he doesn't harass Losu as much. But, Piox in a lot of trouble. I think that lightning arrow might have come out, the EX fire arrow, and was able to slow Piox to almost nothing. And that's going to be him not being able to get away right there, even with his barrier and everything. So Kay is trying to make something happen, but it's not going to be enough because the cold life is just way too high, and they're just delaying the inevitable right now. But a nice comeback round there for the cold team. They made stuff happen. They stayed on Kay so he couldn't do his his high DPS tunnel master action, and that's really what you might have to do because Ravener can be very squishy.
Well, Iosu only taking 125, so the Guardian was doing a great job right there. If we take a look at the tank meter, 293. He was taking all the damage for the cold team, which is great because, well, he's a tank and he has the chain heal. He can be a little bit self-sustaining. But look at this, he's going in. Noerti just, busted in there. They're not going to break the runic shield. Very nice job. Very good control. And it looks like nice cleave in. Noerti's down to 50% HP. Piox just sitting in the back nice and pretty. Jolly Rancher could be focused on by the